Hey there guys, Independence Day is over, and with it went my vote. Now before I get to the results, I do just want to make a general announcement and a general kind of caution. Guys, everyone has a right to their opinion, and no one's opinions are going to be the same on games. I did see an awful lot of bickering and some very, very pointed words discussed when people were talking about which game I should play. Look, I know you have games that you really like and mean a lot to you, and you can't understand other people's opinions, but other people are going to have opinions. So, keep it civil. For the most part, people were civil. I only saw one person kind of going over the line, and I think anyone that saw that will probably know what I'm talking about. But still, people are going to have different opinions, and that's okay. I know that it's frustrating when you see people talking bad about something that you dearly love, but you're not going to convince anyone by, attacking that person. Whenever I see anyone attacking the poster rather than the argument, I immediately discredit their position. So, just keep that in mind. Don't mean to lecture you, but I saw it, and it made me sad, and so I just wanted to briefly cover, don't do that. So, the votes. I do have to say that this was a much, much closer vote than the last one, and it makes me really, really happy. I had 7 games up there, and the range on votes from the worst to the best, I shouldn't even say the worst. Because, the game with the least votes got 6 votes. The game with the most got 15. Sure, 6 to 15 is a pretty wide margin, but last time it was 2 to 12. There were games that barely got anyone to pay attention to them. Now, it's a pretty... every single game on the list got a significant amount of support, and that's awesome. It means I can literally choose to play any of them, and a lot of people will be really excited to see that. So, I've talked around the issue long enough. Here we go. With the least number of votes, coming in at the 6, Dark Cloud 2. The interesting, adventure town building simulation, I don't even know what it is, but it looked interesting, ends up being not the one I'm going to play, but still a very, very solid contender. Much so, more so than Heavy Rain. I did end up playing Heavy Rain, so I'll probably get to it. I'm probably going to get to all of these games. I'm certainly going to try to. Beating it out, though, with 7 votes, we have a tie between Eternal Sonata, a game that I thought was similar to similar to the Tales series. Apparently it isn't, but a lot of people would really like to see me play it, but not quite enough, so I'm not going to play it right now. And Skies of Arcadia, the game people have been telling me to play for years. Both of these games, I thought would actually, all 3 of these games I thought would get a little bit more attention, maybe a little less than for Eternal Sonata, but I guess they were just beaten out by games people love even more. And that's, again, games that I know have almost a cult-like following, games that I know people dearly, dearly, dearly love, are getting beaten out because there's just so many good games on this list. I'm sure a lot of you would love to see me play those games, just not as much as 2 others on the list, and that really makes me happy. The top 4, though, because the top 4 do a jump, going all the way from 7 up to 11. Our 4th place game, Dot Hack GU Rebirth, the MMO simulator, and with a much, much more advanced engine than the original Dot Hack series. Not going to play it right now, but it's a huge contender for what I'm going to play whenever I beat one of my 3, because it had a lot of support. Slightly beating it out with 12 votes, Xenoblade Chronicles. The, absolutely high-end, amazing-looking game of the year from the Wii. Barely beating it out at 14 points, 1 point below the winner. The Walking Dead. Telltale's absolutely revolutionary look at the point-and-click genre. And the game that earned the most points was the Tales series. Tales series got 15 points, and it was a pretty good spread between all the different games. Ironically and humorously, the game that got the most was still Tales of Vesperia, even though I posted and said I couldn't play that game. I'm guessing a lot of people either didn't see that video, or they, just didn't really care beyond Vesperia, so they didn't bother to vote again. So needless to say, even though Vesperia won, it's not the Tales game that's really going to win. With 4 votes apiece, we did have Tales of Grasse F and Tales of Symphonia. We did have 1 vote for Tales of Eternia and 1 vote for Tales of Symphonia, Dawn of a New World. And that is the 15. The 5 to Vesperia, the 4 each to Grasse and Symphonia, Dawn of a New World, and Eternia. Boom! Now, even though Tales won, in my original video I did say that if we came with a really, really close vote with maybe, Tails only winning by 1 or 2 votes, I would go with another game first, just to keep the channel varied. If I saw a lot of dissent and I knew some people just didn't really want to see Tails. And so, since Walking Dead came in second, and Walking Dead only lost by 1 point, I will be going into Walking Dead first. Now, here is where it gets interesting. After I finish Walking Dead, I'm going to play a Tales game, because I did say I was just going to get away from Tales for a second, give the channel some variety, and then come back. I'm not going to play everything else but Tales, because I like Tales. I want to play it. And normally, looking at the list, my next game would be Tales of Symphonia. Why? Because of that one vote for Tales of Symphonia, Dawn of a New World. Technically, it's a different game, but it's a direct sequel, and so when I'm trying to balance a vote between Tales of Grace and Tales of Symphonia, the fact that, the direct sequel got a vote, I'm going to use that to tip the scales. And that's actually what I intended to do. I knew Tales, or The Walking Dead, was not going to take me all that long to get through, so I went ahead and went to Amazon and went to order Tales of Symphonia. And what I found out is that in March of next year, about 9 months from now, they are going to be releasing Tales of Symphonia, what is it called? I'm blanking now. It's basically an HD remastering of the game with added content, added quests, and they haven't really gone into specifics of what all they're putting in, but they are releasing it for the PS3. It's going to be both Symphonia and Dawn of a New World, and I'm having a very, very hard time justifying to myself why in the world I would play a 10-year-old game mere months before the HD remastering of said game was released. That seems really stupid to me. So, in light of that, here's my current plan. First, I'm going to play The Walking Dead. Once I finish The Walking Dead, I'm going to play Tales of Grace F. Once I finish with that, I'm going to swing back and catch Xenoblade Chronicles, because it was the next one that won, and it got enough votes that I do want to play it, that's what I'll hit. After that, I will play Tales of Symphonia Chronicles, I think that is the name of it, and, shortly after it comes out. Or shortly is in finger quotes, because it's 3 games from now, so who knows how long it'll take me. But that is my current plan. That is the way I'm going to tackle this. Unfortunately, .hack does not get a guaranteed place in the lineup, but I'm kind of thinking I'll play .hack when I beat one of my other 3, because I am interested, and it had a pretty big, following. So, that's my current plan of attack. There is one potential problem with that, though. People have told me that you don't want to play Tales of Grace too soon. Tales of Grace apparently did a whole lot and really, really improved the combat system, and I guess it's hard to go back and play older games after you've played Grace. Now, I'll be honest, I've never been a person that cared about the combat system. I've never been someone that really, really enjoyed combat. And, it's something that... It's the game part of the game, but what I really enjoy about the game is the exploration, the world building, the figuring out the plot, the watching the character stories, all that stuff. The combat has never been something that drew me in. Abyss was interesting, but I don't like Abyss because of the combat. I know some people do. Some people talked about how much they loved the Nibelheim fight because it was so intense and you had to face it. Just frustrated me. So, I don't think it's necessary for me to wait and, play Symphonia before I play Grace. However, if you all insist and you all really, really think this is important, let me know. I am absolutely willing to play Walking Dead, then Xenoblade, then Symphonia, and finally Grace. The reason I'm willing to, these are all games I want to play. I wouldn't have put them up if I didn't want to play them. So the order in which I play them doesn't matter to me. So I'm trying to do right by you all. I'm not going to delay Tales because it won the vote. I should play it. I'll delay it a little bit just so the channel doesn't become stale, but I'm planning on playing it right after I play Walking Dead. If I'm going to delay it beyond Xenoblade, that's a decision that I want to come from you guys. Because I don't want anyone to feel like they got cheated. I don't want anyone to feel like I held a vote and then I didn't play the game that won. So that's where we stand. That's where I'm planning going forward. But if all of you come out and say, no, dude, hold off. All right? I wish I could see Tales, but you do not play Grace before you play Symphonia. If enough people all tell me that, I'll do it, sure. Tell me what to do. Thanks, guys. And I'm going to upload this and start on Walking Dead. Awesome.